As you can see here, a number of optimization algorithms have been developed to solve various constraint optimization problems, because according to no freelance theorem, one algorithm alone cannot solve various real-world optimization problems, because we have a number of problems in the real life that are complex in nature and hard to solve. For various problems, we need different algorithms. So, a number of researchers are working on different nature inspired algorithms to solve various complex real world problems. In this video, you will learn about water cycle algorithm, that is a meta-heuristic optimization method we can use to solve constraint engineering optimization problems. It is inspired by nature, and this algorithm is basically inspired by the water cycle in the real life, and we can use this algorithm to solve constraint based problems and real life engineering design problems. Topics covered in this video. In order to understand this algorithm, first we will discuss basic concepts, for example, water cycle process and how rivers are formed in real life, and how we can form river in this algorithm using various mathematical models, and what is the main concept that is used in this algorithm, various steps involved in this algorithm and its flowchart. As we all know, water cycle is also known as hydrological cycle, and we have certain phases for the water, solid, liquid and gas. Water cycle represents the continuous movement of water below and above the earth's surface. Here you can see water cycle process, or you can say hydrological cycle. We will start with precipitation, that is occurred in the form of rain, snow, fog drip or sleet. After precipitation, water is collected in river, streams or on the various parts of earth's surface. After that, you can see we have evaporation phase. In this phase, water is transformed from liquid phase to water vapors. After water evaporation, we have condensation, that is the transformation of water vapor to liquid water droplets in the air. As you can see here, we have water droplets from the cloud in the form of rain. So water cycle algorithm is basically inspired by real life water cycle process. The next question is how rivers are formed in real life. First, we will try to understand how rivers are formed in real life, then how we can form river in this algorithm using mathematical model. As we know, river are the part of water cycle, as you can see here, and any river or stream is formed when water move downhill from one place to another, and water is collected in the river from the precipitation. Main concepts for this algorithm. Here you can see we have raindrops, river, stream and sea. So in this algorithm, for the simplicity, author assumed that we have first rain, and initial population is in the form of raindrops, and the best individual, or you can say best raindrop, is chosen as C. So we will consider the best raindrop as C, and river means number of good raindrops, and the rest raindrops are considered as stream. It's clear? Now C is the best raindrop, good raindrops are river and the rest are stream. Each river absorbs water from the stream. And here C, this is the best raindrop, and this is the combination of river and stream, as river flow to the sea and river absorb water from the streams. That's why it is the combination of river and the stream. Now we have various steps involved in this algorithm. First step is create the initial population, that is initial population is in the form of raindrops. So we have raindrops as initial population, that is randomly distributed. After that, using a fitness function, we can calculate the fitness value or the cost for the each raindrop. So we can use here any fitness function to calculate the fitness values for the each individual, or you can say raindrop. Here, raindrop having minimum value among all is considered as best solution. Now we will form C. C is the best solution. So now check all the values that you computed using fitness function, and the minimum value is considered as the best solution, that is C, and the raindrops having minimum fitness values are considered as stream and river. The minimum value among all is considered as C. Using this equation, we can calculate the sum of number of rivers and a single C. This is single C 1 and number of rivers, and after that rest of the population, that is the raindrop population, is here raindrops from the stream which flow to the river or sea minus this one. Now how we can assign raindrops to the river and sea? In the real life, you can see raindrops automatically join with each other and they move toward rivers and sea. But in this algorithm, how we can assign raindrops to the river and sea? Here you can see, using this equation, we can perform this action. Now next question is how stream flow to the river or sea. Any stream toward river or sea, we need to create the stream. So how stream is created? When raindrops join each other, and some stream flow directly to the sea, as you can see here. Some streams are flowing directly to the sea. Suppose this is sea, here river, and we have certain streams. So when raindrops join each other, they form stream, and certain streams, as you can see here, they directly flow toward the sea, and you can see here this stream join the river and after that sea. So here you can see this is the initial position for the stream, new position for the stream, and after that we will select the specific river position and after that sea. So this is a mathematical model, that is stream flow by randomly chosen distance. As here you can see x is this one, here c is the value in between 1 and 2, and we will consider the best value for c as 2, and d is the current distance between stream and river, as you can see here. As you can see here, we assign the raindrops to the river and sea, and after that you can see stream flow toward river and sea, so their positions are updated. And after that, suppose if you found any stream solution better than river solution, then what we can do, we can exchange stream with river. Here you can see we will use this sign to represent stream, and here star is used to represent river. So suppose when you updated the position for the stream and river, after that we will calculate the fitness values, and if you found fitness value for the stream minimum than river, then we can exchange the stream and river. Now as you can see here, after exchange, stream become river and river becomes stream, and it's raining outside. Here you can see this is the mathematical model that we can use for the stream and river new position. Here you can see this is the stream position, this is the random value in between 0 and 1, and you can see river position, and using this equation we can update the stream position, and using this equation we can update the river position. Now we have evaporation process. When this condition is true, then evaporation and raining process start. So evaporation process is used to show the water evaporation from the sea. So in this algorithm we will use evaporation process to show water evaporation from the sea. So if the distance between sea, as we will compute this, if this condition is true, then evaporation and raining process started, and it's raining outside. So the value for the Dmax we can decrease using this equation. So when this condition is true, we will start evaporation and raining process. If the distance between the sea and the river is less than Dmax, it represents that the river has joined the sea. Now we have raining process, and it's also raining outside. Here, after satisfying the evaporation process, raining process is started. So in this process, we will form new raindrops. New raindrops form stream in different location. So using this mathematical model, we can perform this operation. Here you can see new streams are formed in the raining process. So you can see the new position for the stream, and here we used random values. So we have random position for the stream at the different location. So we are using here rand value, that is the uniformly distributed random value, and this is the lower bound and upper bound. For the better performance, we can use this equation here. This is the standard deviation, and we can use the value for this is 0.1. This is the new position for the stream. Here you can see initial position. This is the new position for the stream, and this is the new position for the river, and here we have sea. Now here you can see this is the flow chart for this algorithm. First we will initialize all the important parameters required in this algorithm. After that we will initialize the population randomly, that is the initial population as the raindrops, and here we will initialize the river, stream and sea, and we can form using these equations. After that we will calculate the fitness value for each raindrop, and then we will compute the flow intensity using this equation. After that, flow the stream toward river using this equation. Then flow river toward sea using this equation. After that, check if stream has better, that is the lower solution than river or not. If this condition is true, then exchange stream position with corresponding river position, else check river have lower solution than sea or not. If this condition is true, then exchange river position with sea position. If not, then move to this step. Now we will check if evaporation condition is satisfied or not. If this condition is satisfied, then we can create cloud and start raining. So here we will start the raining process using these two equations. We will create new raindrops. Using raindrops we can form different streams. After that we can decrease the value for the Dmax, and then using this equation we will decrease the value, and then we will check if the converge criteria is matched or not. If this condition is true, then exit. If this condition is not true, then please repeat this loop until the stopping criteria is matched. So this is water cycle optimization algorithm that we can use to solve various constraint optimization problems and engineering design problems. So that's all about this video. If you have any question, you can comment below, and thanks for watching this video.